What's going on, YouTube? It's me, the Mad, the Dashing, Dash Jovis, and I haven't uploaded anything for a little while, so I figured might as well do a build and play. I got to Master, and I've been trying to qualify for the second stage of the Duelist Cup, so we're going to hop in there and see what we can do. And the deck I've been playing is Maliss, and I'm going to make this a bit of a build and play where I just talk about my thought process for how I approach building this deck right now. And for starters, I think you've got to get enough non-engine in the deck, and they've got to be high-impact non-engine that pair well. I think that's, and I think you need a little bit of diversity to that spread. But I think I want 17 hand traps plus called by and cross out, right? So let's just say we're definitely running called by. We're definitely running cross out. We're definitely running Ash. We're definitely running Max C. We probably want Fuwalas. We probably want some number of Imperm. I'm just going to put one in for the crossout. I'm also going to run one Nibiru. Pairs well with the Imperm and is a good target for crossout to let us play more ignorantly when we see crossout. And then Dominus. I've been on 2 Dominus Impulse. Seeing 2 of them isn't so bad because you can use one on your turn and then one on your opponent's turn, or vice versa, and still get a lot of value out of both halves of the card. But I think you want one Imperm to go with them so that you can turn them on turn 1, and also Imperm is a good board breaker type card that plays well with some of the Maliss engine to give you the ability to disable stuff. 2 Fuwalas is just basically making room for the Nibiru. That was the cut. And then let's see, what else do we want to run? We probably want to run Lancia, right? Because it's not quite a tier 0 Maliss format, but it's a Maliss and anti-Maliss format, and the main anti-Maliss deck is Ryziel, which still loses to Maliss if you win a coin toss. But you lose if they win the coin toss. So it basically comes down to, do you have the coin toss, do you have the blowout cards? And then we have 3 more slots, and that's where I'm going to put my Bestials, because they can kind of sub in as engine and non-engine. And just one of each of the good Bestials fills out that slot just fine, gives us a Bestial Magnamut package, gives us the advantage of 2 Bestials or a Bestial plus March Hare, giving you disruption on turn 0. They're pretty good cards. They conflict with the Lancia a little bit, but also you can use Lancia in order to stop things after you've used a Bestial. Maybe we run 2 Lancia. Maybe, yeah. The problem with Lancia is that I think you want at least 2 for crossout, because it's so important you be able to cross out it most of the time. But it's really high impact in the Maliss matchup and does absolutely nothing everywhere else. So maybe we run a second Imperm. Just a nice, good, solid middle ground hand trap. I have been playing more blowouts recently, but I think I'm missing the Imperms for the Ryziel matchup, because Imperm is so good against Ryziel compared to, it's really bad against Maliss, right? So maybe we just go for 2 Imperm, which is usable against Maliss and good against Ryziel, and then 2 Lancia, which gives us extra outs for the Max C minigame, and will shut Maliss down if we see it. Fuwalas, similar, can shut Maliss down, easy to answer with Ash, but at least we have the Lancia to protect it from call by or cross out, and with 2 of them you can use both of them if you see them in your hand. Max C doesn't do that, and neither does Ash Blossom, but oops, got rid of my Ash. Okay, so there's a few things you've got to decide if you're going to play this deck. Do you want to run Allure? I tried a 60-card version that was running Allure and Signet Mining and lots of Bestials as a Bestial engine, lots of heavy engine. But the problem with that deck was that it didn't have the answer to the blowout often enough, and so I just started losing games with it once I got higher on the ladder, because there was, you had these insane going first hands. Yeah, but you couldn't compete going second with a heavy engine version of the deck. And I think cards like Allure kind of lean you into a heavier engine version of the deck. So let's say we just start with the Maliss monsters, because that's the heart and soul of the deck. And what I've been on is I've been on 3 Dormouse, 3 Malice Underground, 1 Chessy Cat, 2 White Rabbit, and 2 March Hare, plus 1 of each of the Lynx, 1 GWC, 1 MTP, and 1 Malice in the Mirror. And then to fill out the deck, we've got Gold Sark. Just another good 1-card starter that doubles as an extender. It's actually technically a better combo than Malice and Underground, although that you can, they're interchangeable for the most part. You just want to see these cards so that you can play the game, and the fact that it's not hard once per turn also makes this card really powerful at 2. I don't think they should limit it, though. I don't think the problem is this deck and Branded having Gold Sarcophagus. I think the problem is Dormouse doing full combo, right? I think the problem is Dormouse, not just Dormouse. The whole engine is really good, but I think the big problem is Dormouse. 2 Dormouse? That doesn't sound right. I think you do need 3 Dormouse, because it is your best 1-card starter. And you want to see it, and you want to see any of your Malice monsters except March Hare with a Bestial. Although again, seeing March Hare plus a Malice monster plus a Bestial can sometimes be good too, because sometimes that Bestial is Baldrake. And then you're setting yourself up with, say, White Rabbit, Baldrake, March Hare on the field at the start of the midway through your opponent's turn, at the start of your turn, whatever. Like, that's set a trap before your opponent puts their interruptions up. It could be good. It can be good. Then the other obvious thing is the new cards, the Adagnister cards. So you're going to want to run your new boss monster, Allied Code Talker Adagnister. This seems to have replaced Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid Neo Tempest Terahertz as the Link 5 Cyberus monster of choice. And you're definitely going to want Lingaribo. Being able to put something up to stop your opponent's set Imperm or Dominus card could be really important with Lingaribo, especially if you don't smell Nibiru. You're also going to want the rest of the Link ones. But before we do that, we're going to finish out the main deck by throwing in the 3 backup. 3 backup and 1 wizard. But then we want Link Spider, because this is going to be important to help us play through Nibiru in some of our lines. We want Almirage, because Almirage makes your Fuwalos, Maxi, and Ash Blossom into full combo right next to backup Adagnister. It's not the prettiest combo in the world, but it works, and it can even kind of do that underneath Lancia, so that's particularly relevant. And then we want one more Link one, which is it? Link Decoder. That thing should be banned. I don't even know why we're still fucking around with Link Decoder. Like, this is crazy. You're going to give us Link Decoder and Appaloosa, and you're wondering why the format is toxic? So yeah, we're playing these toxic cards. And our opponents are trying to win a coin toss and floodgate us or blow us out with a Fuwalos, right? Like, that's when it's not a Maxi. And basically we're just playing a version of the Maxi minigame where now we all have Lancia added into it. Oh my god. This format is ass, by the way. This is truly the least fun I've had playing Master Duel, but I do still want to play, you know what I mean? It's like, even when Yu-Gi-Oh! Is pretty bad, it's still pretty good, right? Like, I've learned all these skills, and I have fun when I do win, and I win enough to stay in Master, so, like, might as well play. What else am I doing with my life? So we definitely want Splash Mage. I think Splash Mage is, like, non-negotiable. I've seen a couple of people with combos because they weren't running Splash Mage, and, like, it's not technically necessary in a bunch of your combos, but every combo does go through it at some point or another, and it is actually necessary to make White Rabbit into full combo with MTP07 instead of TB11. I don't think TB11 was worth running last format. It's certainly too tight on space to run it this format unless you're trying to go over 40 cards, but then you're going to see your cross out and you're called by less often, you're going to see your Lancia less often, you're going to see your Maxi less often, you're going to see your Ash Blossom less often, right? Like, you're going to see your Fuwalos less often. Like, you're just going to... You're not going to be playing the mini game that this deck is kind of built around playing right now, where it's high impact hand traps or bust, and, like, you've got a couple of of low impact hand traps, but they're also like higher impact in certain matchups, right? Like, again, against Ryzeal, having a couple of imperms can be a huge deal. Can be a huge deal. And if that allows you to Dominus Impulse and destroy their Nibiru in their hand, that's also pretty cool, right? Like, I think Dominus Impulse is too good to run, but it makes me not want to run Code Talker. We've already got one of our Code Talkers, and we're definitely going to run Access Code Talker, because Access Code Talker just means that after you've made Link Decoder into Red Ransom or White Binder, then you get to make Access Code Talker and then banish them, and you can do it with Heart Scripter too for an easy OTK. It's 10k damage that you just put on the field. I mean, sometimes even when I couldn't banish stuff with Access Code Talker, just being able to make a big dude has been really helpful too, honestly. So I don't think I want to run Transcode Talker. Transcode Talker, what it does is it means that a discard plus backup Ad Ignister becomes Allied Code Talker Ad Ignister plus Linger Evo. And that's only if you get completely uninterrupted on your bad normal summon and you didn't see it with a hand trap. That's the only situation where you need it in the combo, and even then it's one of your worst combos and it's probably not going to win you the game. So I decided that I just didn't want to run something like that I'm turning off with Dominus Impulse. You know. Firewall Dragon, on the other hand. Yeah, I think you're not going to always want it, and you're not going to put it on every end board, and you're not going to end up making it after Impulse, and like if you make it after Impulse, it's just dead, and you royally fucked up now. Now you fucked up, and you know, it doesn't give you an opportunity to you know, correct your mistake on Master Duel, right? Like, or to misplay it, whether intentionally or not, right? You're not going to be making that kind of a mistake because the engine... No, I do want to Impulse. Impulse is too good in the Maliss mirror for me to want to drop it. It has a lot of applications in the Maliss mirror. Even just sometimes stopping White Rabbit from coming back out of banishment can be a huge blow to what the Maliss board can accomplish. So as you see, we've got a few slots left, and I have been on Cyber's Wicked, because Cyber's Wicked can search backup Ad Ignister throughout your combo before you make Appaloosa in a way that is still Nibiru safe as long as you have Link Spider and you play correctly. So it's not the perfect answer to Nibiru or anything, but like you play through it and you still end up making your board. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then like we probably want SP. Not really mandatory, mostly using it to banish your own stuff out of the graveyard, but it does come up here and there, and its ability to banish things on the field also comes up here and there. Kind of bad in a Maliss mirror format, because if banishing as removal versus Maliss is such an ineffective strategy, but, you know, it is effective against Fiendsmith. Banish both their engravers and get rid of their Lacrima, but they can grind for a long time before you can do that, mind you. So that's a little tricky. If Fiendsmith gets you in a grind game, you might have just already lost. So that leaves me with one more slot. What am I missing? I have the Almirage, I have the Access Code Talker, I have the Allied Code Talker, I have the Link 3s, I have Firewall, I have SP, I have Wicked. I have been running something else. I'm going to look at what Link monsters I own, and we're going to see what I'm missing. Oh, where is it? There we go. So Underworld Goddess is always an interesting one to put in as your last thing. Nightmare Unicorn could be interesting. We could go IP Masquerena so that we can make SP on the opponent's turn, or we can use IP Masquerena to go into Allied Code Talker Ad Ignister at spell speed 2, and then use that in order to revive our Our white binder, that sounds kind of fancy, but I don't know if it's necessary. We could run Hita or dark. I guess we don't have any fires, but like dark. We could run dark. I do have a shiny dark. Do I have Link Spider? Yeah, Link Spider's in there. Well, dark is really good in the mirror, and I have a Royal Dark, so I am tempted to show that off. I have Lingery Bow. I have no idea what I was running in this slot. It'll probably come to me in the middle of the game. I have Appaloosa, yeah. I have Access Code Talker, yeah. I have Allied Code Talker, yeah. I have Splash Mage. Oh, I know what it was. No wonder it wasn't turning up with all the ultra rares. Sorry, normally everything is an ultra rare.